The stage is set at ABC's bustling studio in New York City, where the vibrant energy of daytime television hums through the air. The View, a long-running talk show known for its spirited debates and eclectic guest lineup, welcomes Ricky Gervais, the British comedian famed for his sharp wit and unapologetic humor. Gervais, a five-time Golden Globes host, is no stranger to controversy, often using his platform to challenge societal norms and political correctness. Today, he's on the show to promote his latest Netflix special, but the conversation quickly veers into uncharted territory. Joy Behar, a seasoned co-host with a reputation for her outspoken liberal views, sits across from him, her eyes gleaming with curiosity and a hint of challenge. The audience, a mix of loyal fans and curious onlookers, senses the potential for fireworks. As the cameras roll, Gervais leans back in his chair, his trademark smirk signaling he's ready to stir the pot. Behar wastes no time, diving into a question about his provocative Golden Globes monologues, particularly his jabs at Hollywood's elite. "Ricky, you've made a career out of offending people," she says, her tone playful but pointed. "Do you ever worry about crossing a line?" Gervais chuckles, unfazed, and responds, "The line's a myth, Joy. Offense is just someone's feelings getting bruised, and feelings aren't facts." The crowd murmurs, some nodding in agreement, others shifting uncomfortably. Behar raises an eyebrow, clearly not ready to let him off that easily. She counters, "But when you mock people's identities or beliefs, don't you think it's irresponsible, given your platform?" Gervais leans forward, his voice steady but laced with conviction. "Responsibility? My job's to make people laugh and think, not to babysit their emotions. If you're offended, that's your problem, not mine." The exchange sets the tone for what promises to be a heated clash, with Behar determined to challenge Gervais' philosophy and Gervais equally committed to defending his brand of humor. The audience is hooked, sensing a battle of wits between two formidable personalities, each refusing to back down. As the conversation deepens, Behar shifts gears, bringing up Gervais' 2018 appearance on The View, where he famously sparred with the hosts over political correctness. "Last time you were here, you said offense is subjective, but don't you think society's become too sensitive?" she asks, her tone now more serious. Gervais doesn't miss a beat. "Society? Nah, it's just a loud minority shouting on Twitter. Sorry, X now," he quips, drawing laughter from the crowd. "Most people get it. They laugh because they know life's messy and jokes don't change that." Behar, undeterred, presses further, referencing his controversial Golden Globes joke about Caitlyn Jenner. "You got a lot of flack for that one, Ricky. Was it worth it?" Gervais' eyes light up, sensing an opportunity. "Worth it? I'd do it again tomorrow." The joke wasn't about trans people, it was about the celebrity dodging accountability. People miss the point because they're too busy clutching pearls. The audience erupts, some cheering, others gasping. Behar, visibly bristling, counters, "But words matter, Ricky. They can harm marginalized groups." Gervais shakes his head, his voice rising slightly. "Words only harm if you give them power. If we censor comedy because someone might cry, we're done for." "You can't censor stupidity, Joy." The line lands like a thunderbolt, and the studio buzzes with tension. Behar, known for her quick retorts, seems momentarily caught off guard, her lips pursing as she processes his words. The other co-hosts, including Whoopi Goldberg and Sunny Hostin, exchange glances, sensing the conversation is spiraling into dangerous territory. Gervais, however, is in his element, relishing the chance to challenge what he sees as sanctimonious posturing. He continues, "Look, I'm not here to hurt anyone, but I'm also not here to tiptoe around egos. Comedy's about truth, not comfort." Behar, regaining her composure, fires back. "Truth, or just your version of it?" The question hangs in the air, setting the stage for an even fiercer exchange. The debate takes a political turn as Behar pivots to Gervais' outspoken criticism of cancel culture. "You've called cancel culture a threat to free speech," she says, her voice sharp. "But isn't it just holding people accountable?" Gervais scoffs, leaning back with a grin. "Accountability? It's a witch hunt, Joy. It's not about justice, it's about power. A mob on X decides who's a bad and poof, careers are torched." He gestures animatedly, his passion evident. "I've been cancelled a dozen times, And I'm still here. No, why? Because most people don't care about your outraged Olympics. The audience laughs, but Behar's expression hardens. So you think people should just say whatever they want? No consequences? She challenges. Gervais nods, unfazed. Pretty much. Consequences come from laws, not feelings. If I say something you don't like, change the channel. Don't demand my job. The crowd's reaction is mixed. Some applaud, others boo softly. Behar, sensing an opening, brings up his Golden Globes monologue where he roasted Leonardo DiCaprio's dating habits. You called out Leo, but isn't that personal? Why go there? Gervais grins wickedly. Because it's funny, Joy. And it's true. Leo's dating women younger than my jokes, and nobody bats an eye until I say it. The audience roars, and even Whoopi chuckles. Behar, however, pushes back, accusing Gervais of trivializing serious issues for laughs. Serious issues? Hollywood's not serious, Joy. It's a circus of egos, and I'm just a clown pointing it out. The verbal sparring intensifies, with Behar trying to pin Gervais down on the ethics of comedy, while he deftly sidesteps, turning her questions into punchlines. The dynamic is electric, with both refusing to yield, each landing blows in a battle of ideology versus irreverence. Midway through the segment, the conversation turns to Gervais' Netflix special, Humanity, which he's promoting. Behar, seizing the chance to regain control, asks, "Your special's called Humanity, but some say your humor lacks it. How do you respond?" Gervais' eyes narrow, but his smile remains. Lacks humanity? I'd say it's the most human thing out there. We laugh at the absurd because we're all stuck in this ridiculous existence together. He pauses, then adds, "If you're looking for kindness, watch a rom-com. I'm here to make you think, not feel cozy." Behar, undeterred, references a specific joke from the special about sensitive topics, questioning its taste. Gervais cuts her off. Taste? Comedy's not a dinner party, Joy. It's supposed to provoke, to push buttons. If you're not uncomfortable, I'm not doing my job. The audience gasps, some clapping, others whispering. Behar, now visibly frustrated, argues that comedy should uplift, not divide. Uplift, Gervais retorts. That's not comedy, that's a TED Talk. I'm not your therapist. The line draws a huge laugh, and Behar's face flashes. She tries to steer back to his special, asking about its themes, but Gervais is relentless. It's about freedom, Joy. Freedom to say what I think, to laugh at the madness of it all. You don't get to police that. The co-hosts try to interject, but Gervais is on a roll, weaving humor and defiance into every response. Behar, struggling to keep up, accuses him of dodging accountability. Accountability? I'm here, aren't I? Facing you lot, knowing half the room wants to cancel me. That's accountability. The audience is riveted, the tension palpable as Behar prepares her next move, determined to land a decisive point. The clash reaches a fever pitch as Behar brings up Gervais' social media presence, particularly his posts on X, where he often doubles down on controversial jokes. "You seem to thrive on stirring the pot online," she says, her tone accusatory. "Isn't that just attention-seeking?" Gervais laughs heartily, clearly enjoying the challenge. Attention-seeking, guilty as charged, Joy. But I'm not begging for likes, I'm begging for people to think for themselves. He leans forward, his voice intense. X is a cesspool of outrage, but it's also where real people speak their minds. I'd rather be there than in some ivory tower telling everyone how to feel. Behar counters, "But your words influence millions. Don't you owe them some responsibility?" Gervais shakes his head. "I owe them honesty. If they don't like it, they can scroll past. The world doesn't need another nanny." The audience erupts again, and Behar, sensing she's losing ground, pivots to a personal angle. "You've said you don't care about offending people, but what about your family? Don't they ever ask you to tone it down?" Gervais' demeanor softens slightly, but his resolve doesn't waver. "My family, they're worse than me. My mom was laughing at her own funeral, Joy. We don't do delicate." The anecdote lands with a mix of laughter and shock, disarming Behar momentarily. She tries to regain momentum, accusing him of hiding behind humor to avoid real debate. "Hiding? I'm right here, Joy, giving you more debate than you can handle." The crowd cheers, and Gervais' confidence is unshakable, his every word a calculated blend of humor and defiance that keeps Behar on the defensive. As the segment nears its end, Behar makes a final push, invoking the #MeToo movement and Gervais' past comments on the Harvey Weinstein scandal. "You joked about Weinstein at the Golden Globes, but isn't that punching down at victims?" she asks, her voice laced with indignation. Gervais' expression hardens, and he leans in, his tone deadly serious. "Punching down? I was punching up, Joy. Weinstein was the king of Hollywood, not some victim. My job's to call out the powerful, not coddle them." He pauses, then adds, "If you think joking about a predator helps him, you're missing the point." Comedy exposes, it doesn't excuse. The audience is silent for a moment, then bursts into applause. Behar, visibly shaken, tries to pivot, but Gervais isn't done. "You want to talk victims? Let's talk about the ones silenced by fear, not by my jokes. I'd have roasted Weinstein to his face if I'd had the chance." Behar, struggling to respond, shifts to a broader critique, accusing Gervais of undermining serious issues with flippancy. "Flippant? Life's flippant, Joy. One day you're on top, the next you're cancelled. If we can't laugh at that, what's the point?" The co-hosts, sensing the segment's time running out, try to lighten the mood, but Gervais' intensity dominates. Behar, in a last-ditch effort, asks if he'd ever apologize for a joke. "Apologize? Only if I'm wrong, and I'm rarely wrong," he says with a wink, diffusing the tension with charm. The audience laughs, and even Behar cracks a reluctant smile, acknowledging the comedian's unyielding spirit. The segment wraps with the hosts attempting to steer the conversation to lighter fare, asking Gervais about his love for animals, a frequent topic on his ex-posts. "You're softer with dogs than people, aren't you?" Behar teases, hoping to catch him off guard. Gervais grins, sensing the olive branch. "Dogs don't get offended, Joy. They just want a belly rub and a biscuit. Humans could learn a thing or two." The audience laughs, relieved at the shift in tone. Behar, seizing the moment, asks about his work with animal charities. Gervais, now relaxed, shares a heartfelt story about his dog, Aunt Thai, who stars in Afterlife. "She's got more fans than me, and she doesn't even try," he jokes. The crowd eats it up, and for a moment, the tension dissipates. But Behar, ever the provocateur, can't resist one last jab. "So you can be nice, Ricky. Why not bring that to your comedy?" Gervais' eyes twinkle as he delivers his final blow. "Nice? I'm nice to dogs because they're honest. Humans? You lot need a mirror, and I'm happy to hold it up." The audience roars, and the co-hosts, realizing they've met their match, wrap the segment with polite applause. As the show cuts to commercial, Gervais leans back, satisfied, while Behar shakes her head, a mix of frustration and grudging respect in her eyes. The clash has left its mark, a testament to Gervais' ability to dominate a debate with humor and conviction, leaving the hosts and audience buzzing with reactions. Post-show, the internet explodes with clips of the exchange, trending under hashtags like #Ricky vs. Joy and #The View Clash. Ex-posts dissect every moment, with fans praising Gervais' fearless takedown of political correctness, while critics accuse him of arrogance and insensitivity. Commentators on YouTube and Reddit call it a masterclass in debate, with Gervais' quick wit and unapologetic stance earning both admiration and ire. Some argue Behar was outmatched, unable to counter his relentless logic, while others defend her for standing up to his provocations. The controversy fuels endless think pieces, with outlets like The Hollywood Reporter and The Guardian weighing in on the cultural implications. Gervais, true to form, fuels the fire with a cheeky ex-post, "Had fun on The View. Sorry if I hurt any feelings, but you'll get over it, or don't. Your call." Behar, responding on the next episode, admits Gervais is a tough nut but maintains her stance on responsible speech. The clash becomes a cultural flashpoint, highlighting the divide between free expression and societal sensitivity. Gervais' appearance, much like his career, leaves a lasting impact, forcing viewers to confront their own views on comedy, offense, and the power of words. As the dust settles, one thing is clear: Ricky Gervais remains an untamed force, unafraid to challenge the status quo, even if it means going toe-to-toe with Joy Behar on her home turf. The debate, while heated, underscores the enduring tension between humor and propriety in a polarized world.